Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
But who is he?
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
And who is he?
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
And what he do?
And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer. And today, we're going to talk about sex, boys and girls. So now, in the criminal world, we do a lot of sex cases. You know, there's all kinds of varieties of sex cases. You've got a grandpa with a granddaughter. You've got teenagers. You've got, mother's friend who blowing her teenage boy. You know, I mean, the myriad of permutations of different types of criminal sexual conduct cases. There's just a lot of them. Different. It's amazing how many different kinds of things people get into. There's child porn. There's just no end to it. And it's amazing what the sex drive does to people. You know, I'll be honest with you. I don't mind these cases so much because the clients, you know, especially if they're older white guys, they always have a lot of money, and they generally don't bother you. They're, you know, like some clients call me constantly, you know, and they have really high expectations and are unrealistic. Well, the older white guys, they don't want to deal with this, so they pay you their money, and you almost never hear from them until you need to do something on the case. So we're going to react today to Catch a Predator's funniest predators, and you just can't even believe the stuff that they do. Now, this is Chris Hansen. These are old videos. He's not doing this anymore. I don't know what he's doing, some other online stuff. But this stopped when they caught a district attorney who wound up killing himself after this on these stings. If you're dumb enough to, I had a client one time. He was a deputy at a sheriff's department and ran the jail. He was online chatting with what he thought was a 14-year-old boy, showing him his dick and doing whatever they do, you know. And he thought the boy was in Vermont. He got on a plane from Minnesota, traveled to Vermont, and he got busted trying to go meet up with a 14-year-old boy. Ended his career. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So in that particular case, where he goes out to see a 14, now he's not going out to see a 14-year-old boy, right? He's going out to meet a cop because there's no 14-year-old boy in the picture. And it isn't what actually happens, it's what the intent is. Everything is intent, you know, with the intent too. So he's soliciting a 14-year-old boy for sex, and that in itself is a crime. And then the act of getting on a plane and going to meet the boy is an attempt, at the very least. So you have to look inside the mind's eye of the person to see what their actions, to see what their intent is, and the intent is inferred from their actions, obviously. So without further ado, let's watch a little bit of this, and then we'll comment on the other side of this.
What are you doing here today?
Is this some kind of setup or something?
Is this some kind of... Are you kidding me? Why the fuck would you... He's sitting there eating something. Is this some kind of fucking setup or something? Yes, it is. I'm Chris Hansen, and I'm going to fuck your life up. The minute he sees the guy, why is he still sitting down? Are you fucking kidding me? I see a guy in a suit, I'm fucking turning around, I'm leaving. But they always try to talk themselves out of it.
I'm just on my way to the beach.
He's Michael.
I'm just on my way to the beach. Yeah. And here's they have chat logs of these guys talking and everything.
Screen name generic white male. He's almost 50 years old, and he's been chatting online with a girl who calls herself Jolanda.
Now here's the other thing. The computer has really, I think, exacerbated criminal sexual conduct cases because it's, first of all, these are lonely guys who are sitting in their fucking dark room, jerking off at their computer, right? And their crimes of isolation, compulsion, and loneliness, and when you're in a dark room by yourself, you're bold. And you do things you probably wouldn't do otherwise.
And who says she's 15. He lies to her about his age, typing, "I'm 30.
Does he look 30? Ladies? I don't think so.
Probably don't want me around you. I'm cute, though. Built good." Then he says,
We'd have to keep us a secret because of the age difference. Younger girls like you don't come along often.
We'd have to keep it a secret because it's really highly fucking illegal what I'm about to do. Give me a break. So, and here's the other thing. When you have these words, when you have the words of the defendant, do you think he's got any shot at beating a case like this? No, because he knowledge is not inferred, but is spoken right there. He knows it's illegal.
Want you again and again.
Then he sends an online picture of his penis to the girl who told him
Because we all want to see that, right, ladies? Not so much.
she was 15.
And how did you meet her?
Well, of course, online.
And how did you meet her? Turn around and fucking run, you stupid son of a bitch. Give me a break. I mean, he's talking to a guy in a fucking suit coat. He's either her dad, law enforcement, or a fucking TV personality. One of the three. He's nobody good. I mean, so... And this guy is just... He is cute, though.
Like I should know that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a common thing now.
Just to meet young girls online.
No, meet any women online.
Then I remind generic white
No
male that
standards.
Jolanda told him she was 15.
What?
What? Are you kidding me? Oh, I didn't know that. But we got to keep it a secret because of the age difference.
No way.
You know, I have the transcript of your conversation with Jolanda.
You know what? I don't want this cookie.
I don't want this cookie. I mean, why would he even say that? I mean, to all of a sudden insult the cookie, whoever made those cookies, that was just uncalled for.
I just want to get to the beach.
Come here, just 1 second, sir.
But generic white male won't be going to the beach today. As he heads out the back, he stumbles off the porch right into the arms of the Fort Myers Police Department. The police quickly take him down to the ground.
Now, I'm not a fan of those kinds of takedowns. And I understand that it's a felony arrest and, you know, that's their protocol. But they could have just... I mean, this guy's a panty waist. And what do you got, 5 officers there? I mean, they could have just handled him a little lighter.
Florida, where it's relatively easy to get a permit to carry a concealed weapon, these officers aren't taking any chances.
I'm just saying.
He's 46-year-old Anthony Palumbo, and he's brought a gift. We've hired an 18-year-old actor to play the part of the young teen.
Hey, come on in. Awesome.
So, to step foot into somebody's home where you're meeting a child takes some fucking balls. Most of the cases I see are usually crimes of opportunity, which means, you know, a family member or a close friend. And you don't see a lot of these setups.
You were good directions.
Online in an AOL gay chat room, calling himself Hi Buddy What's Up, he tells the decoy, who's pretending to be a 14-year-old boy, that he's horny.
You know, whenever I come across a 14-year-old boy, I always say, I'm extremely amorous, but I want to make sure that you're not a cop. I mean, give me a break. So, you know, the age of consent is something that we need to talk about here a little bit. You know, generally the age of consent is 16. But, you know, looking at the difference in age, if they're under 18 and more than 48 months older, that's a problem, okay? If you have a situation where somebody's 14, they're unable to consent. That's why they do this. This is a setup, and it can be entrapment in a way, but in a way not. Entrapment is where the crime originates with the government, and it's not something you're predisposed to anyway, you know. And so, let's say the 14-year-old boy, approaches him online first, and then entices him. That would be some form of entrapment. But clearly, this guy's horny and talking to a 14-year-old boy.
Then the 46-year-old says,
I want to be top.
Oh, okay.
You want to do it raw?
Raw?
Yes.
What's that?
No rubber.
Raw dog. Fucking A, man. You know,
I was supposed to bear left at
now
1:38.
he's here, beer in hand, asking the decoy several times to put it in the refrigerator.
You can put that in the fridge.
Yeah, I'll put it in a little bit.
All right. I'll relax.
I was just a little nervous.
I'm
that's all.
nervous too. That's all right.
I'd be nervous too if I was going to spend the next 10 years in jail.
My excuse to come here, I went to Atlantic City.
I mean, here's the thing. The penis is a very powerful thing in terms of its impact on the male brain. Men do crazy, stupid things because of their penis. Their judgment goes out the window, and it's really because all the blood that used to be in the brain goes right to the penis, and, we can't be helped. Yes, we can. Make good decisions, guys.
I don't know what
Put that in the refrigerator. I don't know. Just chill out.
That's it.
All right. We'll see what happens.
I'm just nervous.
That's all right. You could put that in the refrigerator anytime.
I don't mean.
Don't get drunk with that.
I won't.
All right.
First of all, giving a minor alcohol is another crime in and of itself. So even if they don't get him on any kind of sex thing here, they certainly furnishing alcohol to minors is an enhanced misdemeanor.
So why'd you need the cover story to go to Atlantic City?
I'll see my brother. Yeah.
Yeah, but who did you have to give that to as a cover story?
Here's the thing. I'm not a fan of stings, and Chris Hansen, he's not law enforcement, and these things do drive me a little bit nuts. But going to the nth degree to go meet a fucking 14-year-old boy to stick your dick in him, I mean, what the fuck? You can't make this up.
No, my brother is home, my other brother.
Right.
And I said, I got to go to Atlantic City.
But instead you came here.
I stopped by to go there.
So you like to gamble.
Yeah, I love to gamble.
You took a little bit of a gamble coming in here tonight.
No,
Okay, you got an adult male. You're there. You know what your fucking chats have been with this 14-year-old boy, right? You know what they are. I want to be on top. I want to raw dog the fuck out of you. And then all of a sudden you see an adult male. Why are you still sitting there? It's like, okay, the jig is up. I'm going to talk myself out of this? I don't fucking think so.
I just stopped by.
But you said you were nervous when you came in. Why were you so
Yeah,
nervous?
because I was going to Atlantic City and it was dark and I'm not usually a driver at dark.
So the nighttime makes you nervous?
Yeah, driving. I'm not a driver at night.
And what about visiting a boy who's home alone? Does that make you nervous?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. Because it's a fucking major felony and I could go to prison for a long goddamn time.
Yeah. I just wanted to just say hi. It
Just
was
to say
nothing.
hi.
Yeah.
I wanted to say hi with my penis. Give me a fucking break.
And drop off a package.
His penis.
Yeah, I had beer.
Have you been drinking tonight?
No, not at all. You can smell my breath. Not at all.
It's okay. I don't need to do that.
Can I touch your penis, though? I mean, give me a fucking break. You're still sitting here talking to Chris Hansen, who you know is, what did I say? He's either a cop, or he's a TV personality, or he's a parent. I mean, what the fuck are you still sitting there for? The jig is up.
He tells me several times he thought the boy was 18, but in the chat log, the decoy tells him 2 different times that he's 14.
Now, we used to have this thing in Minnesota called Backpage. Everybody's got their version of it. It's like Craigslist for sex. And there's all kinds of different sites that people go on. And one of the big scams that cops do is, you go online and you see somebody that you think is 18, not me, but some of my clients have. And then you start a chat with them. Would you like to meet? Are you available? Blah, blah, blah. And the cop says, sure. Yeah. And they say, oh, by the way, I'm 15. Does that change anything? Well, blah, 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 blah. And so then now you're agreeing to meet a 15-year-old. So if they were 18 and above, that would normally be a misdemeanor because it's just prostitution, right? If you're going to pay for sex. But now they've changed it into soliciting a minor for sex. So that turns into a much more serious felony. That, my friend, can be entrapment.
How old are you?
39.
39. You said you were 35 online.
35. 39.
We find out later he's actually 46. He says he's
46. Why would you lie to Chris Hansen about how the fuck old you are? And why would you sit there and still try to fucking talk yourself out of it? It's so dumb.
unemployed and spends his time caring for his ailing mother. Then he tries to explain away his graphic sexual chat.
You asked him in your chat if he was top or bottom. What does that mean?
Did I ask that? I don't remember that.
Did I ask that? How about you, Chris? Are you a top or a bottom? I mean, give me a fucking break. You know, here's the thing. If it weren't for stupid people's decisions and the behaviors that I wouldn't have a job.
Are you top or bottom? I'm horny, you say.
I was just fooling around.
Well, if you're just fooling...
I was just fooling. I didn't mean it. I mean, you got me. Give me a break.
Around, then why were you so concerned about knowing whether or not he was a cop?
Just joking.
Just joking.
Just joking. Okay, dig yourself a fucking deeper hole.
So what made you decide to come over here and meet a teenage boy after this sexually explicit conversation?
I thought it was like I wanted to hang out with someone, like a friend.
I wanted to maybe find a way to put some semen into his butthole. I mean, that's just, that's what friends do.
I thought he was like 18, something like that. It wasn't. I'm not gay or anything. I'm just saying.
I'm not gay, but I want to be a top.
Well, this isn't about gay
No,
or
I'm
straight.
just saying. I'm straight.
Nobody
just
cares
saying.
what adults do.
No, I'm just saying.
But when you involve somebody who's 14, that's when
I
it becomes
thought
an
he
issue.
18.
How old are you, you ask? 14. I told you that already. You say K, meaning okay.
I wasn't gonna
But why
do
do that? What's the motive here? Explain it to me. I don't
No,
understand
you're
it.
right. No, you're right.
No, it just the stupidity of somebody to just continually just sit there and have a conversation with whoever Chris Hansen is. Now, clearly, I don't think he recognizes him from the shows, but what is he doing there? I mean,
But
It's
no,
an
no.
illegal thing.
Yeah, I know. I did a stupid thing.
Do you ever watch much television?
Sometimes, once in a while, not so much of a TV person.
I'm Chris Hansen.
Well, I'm Chris Hansen, and I work for Dateline NBC.
And your life
We're
is
doing
now
a story
fucked
on
up.
adults who try to meet kids online.
I
You'd like
wouldn't
hear
want
it.
to be. Oh boy.
Hey, you can walk right out of the door you came in.
Okay.
He quickly leaves the house and is startled by the police.
The next no.
Okay, now did you see the way the officers arrested him? They didn't have to take him to the fucking ground. Officers, in my opinion, should be professional. They can have their disdain for, behaviors and whatever. But that shouldn't impact your decision to use extra force on somebody because you just didn't like who they were.
He's been chatting online about having oral and anal sex with a girl he thinks is 15.
What's wrong with that?
He asks the girl if she
What's
will be
wrong with
naked
that?
when he shows up.
I'm gonna go up and get ready, okay?
Okay.
Wait at the bar for like 5 minutes and then follow me up, okay?
I mean, here's the thing. It isn't hard to get laid. It really is not. I mean, there's plenty of fish in the sea, right? It's the depravity. It's the going that extra mile.
Okay.
Okay.
When I come out and confront him,
Do me a favor and just have a seat right over there on the other side of the bar.
How's it?
Bye-bye. Oh, it's Chris Hansen, or it's a parent, or it's law enforcement.
How's it going?
Fine.
Did you find a place to park okay?
Yeah.
What's your plan for tonight?
Nothing really.
Nothing really.
like so many others, he says he wasn't doing anything wrong.
You ask her if she's horny.
What's wrong with that?
You ask if she does anal.
It's a question.
I cannot get over how
Who
much
is
this guy
this guy?
sounds like Mickey Mouse.
It's a question.
I know, but you're asking a question to somebody who identified themselves as an underage girl.
It's just talking. I don't.
It's just talking. It's not just talking when you're talking to an underage person. It just isn't. And you know it.
See, the internet and real life are two different things. What says on the internet doesn't mean that's what I really think.
Well, that would be...
What, are you going to believe me in my explanations now, or what I said before when nobody was watching me?
easier to believe, Jeff, if you didn't show up here tonight, where you thought a young girl was home alone.
No, I really didn't. Well, I knew she was.
Why would you be here?
Let's get that poodle and put him on the airplane. I mean, we got Mickey Mouse right here.
No, I really didn't. Well, I knew she was.
Why would you be here?
I knew she was.
Why would you be here?
Oh, I love it.
I mean, I knew she was alone, but that didn't mean much to me.
You're an adult. She's a child.
Okay.
There are laws protecting children.
Okay.
Do you get why teen girls at a certain age cannot give consent legally?
So, and here's the other thing. In some jurisdictions, if you're 15, mistake of age is a defense. When you're 14, it is not a defense.
Yes.
When I tell him who I am,
I'm Chris Hansen, and I'm a reporter for Dateline NBC. And we're doing a story on adults who try to meet teens on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
he has nothing more to say.
Why did it take the cameras for him to walk out? The minute I saw a guy in a fucking blazer, you're out of there. But these guys don't make good decisions because that's why they're in the pickle they're in.
Sheriff's office, get your hands up, get on the ground!
While just about every man interrogated denies he was looking for sex with a minor, this man, screen named Single TX Guy for Fun, seems to admit it.
Tell me what kind of trouble you're in.
Probably jail.
No, what did you do wrong?
I showed up to solicit a minor.
So, here's the thing. Most of these cases, your defense is either I didn't do it, or it isn't what you thought, or you send your client to therapy and you do rehab to try to get a favorable disposition at sentencing. And so this guy, this is a kind of, now he's admitting it right away, which is a good thing. And the first thing I would do after he bails out of jail is get him in to see a psychologist, do a psychosexual examination, and start some therapy, some sex offender therapy.
For what?
I guess sex.
Sex.
Then Single TX Guy for Fun says he was really only going to talk with the teenager, so the detective asks him again.
I was just coming to meet him. What happens, happens. That's the way I look at it.
Okay, so there was a possibility that could have happened.
Could have.
Could have.
When the 27-year-old finds out he's going to jail,
You're going to be taken to Dark County Jail?
Please don't. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
I love it when people just, because you can't talk yourself out of jail at this point. And it's kind of pathetic when they sit there and try to do that.
he threatens to kill himself.
I really am just going to slit my throat.
Okay, do you want a knife?
Relax, all right?
No, I'm just going to kill myself. Put me in jail and I'll hang myself. I don't care. I did something so wrong.
So when you make threats like that, first of all, you're not going to get out of jail by this. You're not going to go to a hospital or something. They'll put you in jail, but then they'll put you in a particular part of the jail with a turtle suit on. That's that green Velcro suit with no clothes on, so you can't hang yourself. So, which is, then you're cold as shit, and so because you said that, now you get to become a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle in the jail.
That I don't even want to be alive.
When the detective takes off the handcuffs so the man can sign his statement, he grabs the pen and makes a half-hearted attempt to stab himself.
Put your hand behind your back. You better behave, all right?
Was it a threat so that we would back off, so that we would feel sorry for him, so that we wouldn't come down on him as hard? I don't know what it was.
What's clear, says the detective, is that this man and the others like him have backed themselves into a corner and are looking for a way out.
So these are just three little stories about, child sex predators. And most of these guys, in fact, all these guys are all kind of real weenies. We have to make fun of this in some aspects because it's so horrific that you can't. It's the Irish humor. You laugh at tragedy, but it isn't funny. I mean, it's this people preying on children for sex is fucking ridiculous. But you just can't even believe the stuff that people do. And so this has just been, a little insight into the world of criminal sexual conduct and things that are involved and the various permutations that are involved. So I appreciate you watching. And remember, follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Let's ramp up the Patreon account and get yourself a hat and you spread the word to stop self-snitching. This has been Bruce Rivers, Criminal Iraqs. We'll see you next time.